So next thing we need to do is to make the color change based on the average return of stocks headquartered in a state. So to do that, we need to go to again visualizations, format visual, and under here there's a few colors. If you expand it, you will see the default color is the blue we currently having this color. However, besides this, there's another button called conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is a very useful tool. Basically, allow you to make the format change dependent on a certain condition. All right. So in here, we're going to change the color based on the average stock returns of firms located in a state. So the condition here is the average return of S&P 500 firms located in a state. And based on this condition, okay, whether this return is high or low, the color of the state will change. Okay, so to specify this conditional formatting, you just need to click on this button, and there's gonna be a box here allow you to specify a few important parameters. So the first thing we need to choose is the format style. There's 3 different styles. In this video, we're going to focus on the gradients, which is probably the most common formatting style. So gradient basically means the color will gradually change like this, okay, from a light color to a dark color. All right, that's what we call gradient. The second thing, what field should we base this on? So what data field is going to determine how the color changes? All right, we said we're going to use the average monthly return of stocks located in a state. So to do that, again, here's gonna be a drop-down list, and you can choose from different data set which field you're going to use to determine the change in the color. So we're going to use under the daily data sets, we have used this variable before. This data field called monthly rate underscore C. Okay, this is basically the monthly return of a firm. So if you choose this, well, here once you choose the monthly rate, the Power BI default to making a summation of this return, which is not what we wanted, right? So we actually wanted to calculate the average across different firms located in a state, right? So to do the average, you need to specify this condition, the summarization, okay? You can do sum, you can do average, you can do minimum, and so on and so forth. So we're going to do the average of this monthly return data field. And the average is taken across firms in a state, okay? How should we format empty values? Sometimes the monthly return data can be empty, okay? So maybe there's no trading in that month, okay? Maybe there's a error when we do the calculation or when we do the kind of input of the data, okay? So in those cases, you can set a empty value as equal to 0, okay? Or you can just do not format. In that case, just ignore that data point. If there's empty value, we don't know if it's an error or whatever reason caused that problem, you can just ignore it, do not format it, okay? So I'm going to choose do not format, but here most of the data point is going to be non-empty, meaning they have a value there. So it really doesn't matter that much if you choose the first choice or the second, okay? Then we need to specify what's going to be the minimum value and what's going to be the maximum value, and the color corresponding to the minimum and the maximum, okay? For minimum, you can choose either the lowest value or you have kind of your own kind of setting, customer setting, okay? So we are going to just choose lowest value as the minimum. So if the average, if we calculate the average monthly return, and there's the range of values we calculated, the minimum value will be this minimum. The lowest value is going to be the minimum, and we're going to tell Power BI, well, I want to use a color like close to white to present the minimum. For maximum, well, again, we're going to choose the highest value, okay? And we want to use a really dark blue to present this maximum. So now you have this gradient changing from nearly white to a dark blue, depending on the average monthly return. If this average monthly return is high, it's going to be dark. If it's low, it's going to be almost white. So now you can click OK to complete the specification. Well, now you see the map change. The color of the states are different. Okay, you can see some states are really light, some states are really dark. Okay, so that's basically what we wanted. Okay, that's a way to kind of specify a map and let the color of a particular location dependent on a certain data field or a kind of function of a certain data field.